Om Namah Shivaya. I am Professor rudramohapatra, an astrologer from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Before I begin, let me tell you, as I always say, there may be a little bit fluctuation in my voice, that due to I'm not able to deploy the right technology for recording. So I request to use your laptop to listen to me for that. And second is, you may find a version of S in my speech. No, like that is coming because that is frequent utterance of Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. So please do not mistake that as any English uh, illicit usages or fallacious usages. So let's start of today's video uh, about discussing about somebody who has done some significant research to Hindu astrology. In my channel, I uh, take the privilege to describe about the stalwarts, uh, those who have actually spent sufficient time and effort for the sake of Jyotisha or astrology. Similarly, one leading personality we will discuss today is Professor Arya Bhushan Shukla, or popularly known as A.B. Shukla. I have not heard the term ABS, but in future maybe people will call him ABS. He is an IAS officer, retired of course, and he is into astrology for prolonged periods. And he belonged to northern India, in UP, and he is now heading Indian Council of Astrological Sciences. I'm not promoting any educational institutions, just explaining about him. And he has got a strong relationship with Dr. Raman. If you read his writings, you can come to know that. Like Justice S.N. Kapoor, I mean late Justice S.N. Kapoor. So A.B. Shukla ji was very busy in his job, for which he did not produce many books, but the books he has produced as now mostly used as the text for the ICAS, and as a bath time rectification. It is his guide there, of course, and the event time prediction, or the Hindi is uh, I don't remember the Hindi title. There is a Hindi version also. Splendor of Burgers is edited there. He has written, and it's also an anthology of other collections. Having said that, as many books are not to his credit, very classic books, those he has written till then. He is a very good researcher on the Bhagavad Gita, where I am zero. Yes, where I am zero, because personally, this is my view that before reading Gita, you must read Vedas and Upanishads. Gita is the fruit in Hinduism. This is personal views. Please do not start with the Gita or the Bhagavad Gita. You will not able to appreciate many things. So that's why Gita is the less read by me. You see, Upanishads Veda to some extent okay, but he is a very good scholar in that. Arya Bhushan Shukla. And in his lecture also, like Vyakta or central planet of past life, CPPL concept, he has used the slokas of Bhagavad Gita very, very pertinently. And I must also say here, because I am spreading one information, there is another very leading astrologer of Eastern India, K.K. Pathak. is still there. And he has also opposed, I mean, not opposed, some like Gita applications of Arya Bhushan Shukla's writings on the Gita, which was later on resolved, however. So he is the man, Arya Bhushan Shukla is the man who can find the clues of Jyotisha almost in all the verses of the Bhagavad Gita. He always, I mean, in one of his presentations, he was saying that please read the Bhagavad Gita. Even if I personally I will read it 100 times. I cannot able to do that because I always say to do this kind of research, you need His grace. If it is not there, you will not able to do that. So Arya Bhushan ji has got that kind of grace from, of course, Lord Vishnu to do that. So that is was one very prima facie. I expect that he will write a good book on that, or he might be writing on that because it's now only free. Again, he is now into some institute known as Indian Knowledge System. He is now heading that, which is promoting the Indian culture and other uh, cultural literature. So, due to time constraint, uh, might be, but he has got a very good research and the only person till in India who has got the extreme research on the Bhagavad Gita, like Guruvar K.N. Rao is a very good researcher on astrological applications to politics. He has written one book known as Nehru Dynasty, and he also says that please go for modern daily news so that you can apply astrology to the recent environment. So Shuklaji was considering Raman as like a fatherly figure, which I can find from the book uh, Jottings of Diary. He has written there in one of his articles. So, yes, modern astrology, he writes there, which will be definitely a book. This is my prediction kind of thing. There is one book in Hindu astrology known as Kheta Kautukam. Yes, Kheta Kautukam, which was expected or which was written by Rahim, or people call them Khan Khana. Okay, very small book, and it is not being translated. Not being very least used also. Very least used. I do not know. Maybe some religious discriminations involved, but Khet Kautukam very less used. Who is ABS Shukla nowadays is translating that known as Rahim's astrology, and he is getting it published in the modern astrology and almost done possibly. It may come up with a book form soon. Excellent analysis. Yes. If you see how ABS Shukla is approaching to each and every verse or sloka of Kheta Kautukam, it is very interesting. There is another book in the same line on Bhava, but this is the only book. It is known as Rahim's Astrology. My review here for the Stalwarts is not personal, any interactions. I have not met him now also face to face. Though I am a co-author, I mean, I write in the same magazine, Modern Astrology. He might be knowing me by name only. Even the photograph there is my head shaped. So even if we meet personally, he may not recognize me, but I always pick the research of any stalwart. That is my good quality. If somebody is really contributing, I will pick up. So his contribution, one side is the Bhagavad Gita, Shiva. And the other side is the translation of Khetakotaka, one of its kind. If you are not reading modern astrology, then you are missing the writings of ABS. Uh, yes, AB Shukla, ABS. Yes. So, because it is in a series form, he's writing. The books he has written, except event time predictions, other are like text. And you have got Hindi and English edition both because he belongs to very good, very very good Hindi speaker. Because UP, it's Hindi only. So, and I also was browsing about him on internet and found he's also teaching in some ashram, which indicates spiritual lessons. But this is the contribution of ABS Suklaji towards Hindu astrology. My purpose of making these videos that not to promote any author or his or her books, rather to salute those stalwarts, those who have done significant research towards the Hindu astrology or for the survival of Hindu astrology. So this is all about ABS Suklaji. I am quite new to the field of astrology and I do not know the, you know, I have not experienced or I have not seen his practical contributions to the field of astrology. So I am not even worried about that. What I am saying is his books uh, or his lectures or the application of astrology to each and every verses of Bhagavad Gita is highly acclaimed or it's praiseworthy. And second is his translation of Khetakotaka. These two things appeal me. Wow. Besides his association with Indian Council of Astrological Sciences to take the astrological studies ahead is definitely is a very good thing. He also promotes research, uh, research scholars to, because if you look at his book, somebody is assisting him like that. So it's promoting one kind of astrological research through his students, colleagues, etc. So one book, Time Events Prediction, you go, or else you please go through his translation of Rahim's astrology in the modern astrology. I will personally recommend Rahim's astrology you read. You will really find many new things there because Khet Kautukam, very small book, but good book. Very least ventured in Hindu astrology. So I'm winding up the video because I have not much to say about ABS or Arya Bhushan Shukla. I am expecting that many might not be knowing it. Arya Bhushan Shukla, AB Shukla like that. So Arya Bhushan ji, very good name. So we are expecting more research publications in terms of books from him in near future. And my recommendation will be go through his lectures on Gita and Rahim's astrology. Time event prediction by some Sarma has also assisted him. It is good, but his unique research is in the field of the Bhagavad Gita and applications of astrological principles to it, and directly then to Khet Kautukam, that is Rahim's astrology, is really highly drastical and praiseworthy. So my salutation to Arya Bhushan Shuklaji for his contribution. My prayer before Lord Mahadeva to give him health and longevity to contribute more towards the field of astrology. My request to the listener, please go through his books and research papers and presentations. So, this is the end of today's video. If you want something more to listen from me, you can write in the comment box. I say about astrological researcher, I say about their books and some general issues on astrology, which you will be less ventured. You will not find it in many places. Many places on the web, of course, the website, because it is media. So if Mahakala wants and Kala permits, I'll come up with another review. Till then, God bless you all. Om Namah Shivaya.